Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reviewing the brand new Corey Taylor solo album, CMF2. This came out a day ago. And, yeah, so many people online are already bashing this thing, saying it's not an improvement from the first album, which I actually like that first album he put out. I thought that thing was great. I think so many people just hate on it because it's not Slipknot and it's not Stone Sour. I think that's the reason why people are so aggressive with it. And they want to hear something that's like Slipknot or they want to hear something like Stone Sour, but if you're going with those expectations, they're going to be broken because Corey on the solo stuff is just doing what he wants to do. And that's what I think this album is. He's doing what he wants to do. And this is a very alternative album. It's grungy, it's post-grunge, and it is very alternative. It's got some punk influence to it. And, you know, honestly, I think I like this album more than the first one. Just because of, it's not quite as experimental as the very first album. Which, if you actually have heard interviews with Corey Taylor, that thing is basically a mixtape. So I don't think we'll ever get anything that's quite that has that level of experimentation on it ever again. Because that thing, the first CMFT, that thing was like a mixtape. So I don't think we'll ever see anything like that by Corey again. We might, you never know, but yeah, we also have the CMF B-sides that came out a year ago. And actually, I like that more than his first solo album. Those covers and the renditions of the songs, well, yeah, they were all covers and like some renditions of his songs, his solo songs. I thought they were phenomenal. That EP, which it should have just been an album because it was as long as an album, but yeah, that thing was better than his first solo album. But now you got the second one, and I actually like this thing. You got the box that goes into post-traumatic blues. The Toxic, that's a good song. Beyond's my favorite song off this thing. If you don't listen to any song off this album, listen to Beyond. I see so many people hating on that song, saying it's generic, but it is not generic. Listen to that song, it's amazing. And a lot of people are saying this thing's generic, but it's only been out for a day. How are you going to call the brand new album that you've only heard like one time generic? Like, yeah, obviously you're not going to remember the songs if you only heard them one time. I mean, is there a single album out there where you listen to the album and remembered every single song after you heard it? Like, because you listen to the song, right? You listen to an album, you focus on one song, like, oh, that was great, then you go on to the next one, you're like, man, that's great, and then you go on to the next one, that's great, and then you forget how they go until you start listening to the album over and over and over again. And that's why so many people hated on the end so far, and they said it was generic, even though it's not. It's just because the album came out and everyone expects to be like, oh, got it. Yep, I know how that song sounds. No, that's usually not how albums work. I can't name a single album I've heard one time and automatically remembered every single song off of it, unless it's the most repetitive thing known to man. But even then, I might forget a few songs. So yeah, if you're gonna say it's generic, at least listen to it a few times, and then if you want to say it's generic, go ahead. But at least give it another listen before saying it's generic, because I don't think it's generic. I think there's a lot of experimentation still going on. It's just more on the alternative. It's more of alternative experimentation rather than just all different genres. But Beyond's definitely the best song off this album. You got We Are the Rest, Midnight, Sorry Me, Someday I'll Change Your Mind, All I Want Is Hate, which I cannot. That chorus to that song literally sounds like that Uncle Grandpa meme I've been seeing all over TikTok, where it's like, this is System of a Down, and it's got Uncle Grandpa, and he's saying, like, that's all I can think about whenever I hear All I Want Is Hate, because that chorus sounds so similar to what Uncle Grandpa is saying in that. But, yeah, can't take that song very seriously. But that's not on Corey, that's just on me, I suppose. But yeah, I love this album. Definitely give it another chance if you haven't. I don't think this thing is generic. I really don't. And I actually do like the cover art. And I'm not sure if I'll go out and buy a CD or vinyl of this, but I will. Maybe I will eventually. But I really enjoyed this album. It was great, and I'm a big fan of Corey Taylor's solo stuff so far. You know, I think every time he keeps. Well, I actually kind of like the B-sides more than this, slightly more still, but I think in a few more re-listens I might rank this higher. But so far, I'm a huge fan of Corey Taylor's solo stuff. And I can't wait for the next album he does, because so far, I've been very impressed, and I've enjoyed everything. So, let me know down in the comments down below if you enjoyed this album, if you've listened to it. If you haven't, go check it out if you like Corey Taylor. I would say this is more of a... This sounds nothing like Slipknot, or... The closest it gets to Slipknot is All I Want Is Hate. But this sounds nothing like Stone Sour. If you want to call something generic, Stone Sour is generic. All those songs literally sound the exact same. But these, I don't think sound the exact same. But Stone Sour, that sounds like... Those songs sound all the exact same. Except on the first album. I think the first album, there was a lot... There's different variety on that thing, and they didn't sound that generic. But you start getting to like the later albums, yeah, I don't remember a single song off that, except a few songs here and there.
Final score, 9 out of 10.